We're here for another Self-Care Friday. Hashtag Self-Care Friday with Doc Swiner. Hi, Doc Swiner.
I
How are you?
feeling rested, relaxed.
Oh, I know. Listen, y'all, I was like, hey, Doc Swiner, let's record some stuff. Like, what about at like 3 o'clock? She was like, oh no, I'm done. I'm all done. I'm all tapped out by 3 p.m.
Listen, hey, self-care, knowing when you're
Self-care. Self-care. But listen,
listen,
technically I'm on PTO right now. So am I executing self-care by working during my PTO? How does this rate on the Doc Swiner scale?
it's probably not the best, but I
Not the
mean, you were in the mood to do it. You felt up
That's
to it,
true.
right?
Yes.
This doesn't hopefully this doesn't feel like work,
No,
right?
it doesn't. Talking to you never feels like work.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. So, I
Yeah.
will allow it. I will allow it.
Okay, the doctor approved it. So,
Mhm.
what we're doing is getting together every Friday to talk about self care, which has been a big buzz term, especially in the wake of the pandemic. We hear about it more and more and more. So, we have Doc Swiner here to explain what self care is and to give us another example of a kind of self care that we can use to take care of ourselves, which would be self care. So, Doc Swiner, what is self care? Explain that to our listeners.
Yes. So self-care goes right along with my whole hashtag no superwoman lifestyle movement, all that good stuff that I preach. But self-care
Mhm.
in general means anything that leads to what is now being called the soft life. We've been talking about hashtag soft life.
Mhm.
The new
Yes,
thing,
you learned me a new term because I didn't
right?
even know what that was.
The whole thing. So this whole thing is now a lifestyle. So
Okay.
it's essentially focusing on that thing or those things that make you feel good, give you rest, give you less stress, make you feel relaxed. If it's just for a moment or it's for a new, journey that you're on, a new career, a new relationship, anything that makes you feel less stressed is what can be considered self-care.
And you have become kind of your own personal champion for self-care with some of the things that you've done recently, right?
Absolutely, and we all have to be our own champion. If we don't do it for ourselves, no one will. But yeah, I joined the Great Resignation. That's another buzzword hashtag thing, phenomenon that we're seeing by
Mhm.
switching up the roles that I play at work and doing some different things from home that hopefully will, lead to not only making the money that I want and I need, but giving me
Mhm.
those moments of and control over the moments of self care and rest that I need to.
All right. So what kind of self-care are we going to talk about this week? What do our Foxy listeners need to add to their to-do list for the weekend?
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, we talk individually usually about a massage, a mani pedi, etc. But
Mhm.
I let's clump them all together and just include them under the umbrella of services of physical touch.
Okay.
So anything that you would go to a professional to have done to you, to your body, to your hair, your skin, your nails, your muscles, your nerves that make you feel better, to relieve and release toxins, all of those things under one umbrella, I think can kind of fit into that category.
And what are the medical benefits of having this type of self-care? I would imagine, like off the top of my head, I did not go to medical school. I went to journalism school, but I think like,
You listen
releasing
to me enough.
anxiety. I'm what?
You've listened to me enough. You know
I've
some.
listened to you enough. I know some things, but I would think like that relaxation, releasing anxiety is going to help with like hypertension and things like that. Like it might take your blood pressure from here to down here. What are the
Absolutely.
medical benefits of using taking advantage of these types of self-care?
Absolutely. And these, by the way, these things that we're mentioning, like massage and mani pedis and acupuncture, or even getting your hair done. If you have a really good hairstylist or cosmetologist like me who likes to really
Uh-huh.
massage your scalp at the bowl for a long time, like that's part
Mhm.
of it. All of that releases what we call endorphins. So the good feeling hormones, the serotonin,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
dopamine, all that good stuff, the
Mhm.
oxytocin. I don't know if you're
Mhm.
a mom and you breastfed, you know about oxytocin. It's that
Yep.
good feeling hormone that's released when you breastfeed, when you're hugging your baby. All those things are good for lowering cortisol. Cortisol is the bad hormone. That's the fight or flight, the adrenaline kind of related hormone is cortisol. So increasing your good hormones, decreasing your bad hormones lead to all the things you would think. It literally and has been proven in studies after having massage your blood pressure drops by so many points. It relieves muscle tension and pain. It relieves headaches. It helps you to sleep better. And we all
Mm.
know sleep, that's my favorite. Sleep is related to almost all the medical problems that you can think of. So even if it's for a short time, if you do any of these things consistently,
Mm-hmm.
regularly,
Mm-hmm.
all good things should happen for you.
All right, so maybe our goal this week is to just get a foot rub or a massage, or like you said, a facial, or maybe go get our hair done and get that really good deep scalp massage. All of that kind of acupuncture, acupressure, all of
Yes.
that leads to the good hormones and decreases the bad hormones.
Absolutely. And you don't even have to spend a whole lot of money or go out necessarily to do these things. You can get your own thing. So for instance, I bought a little massage ball. It's probably the size of a golf ball. I saw it at a
Hmm.
spa, bought it, but it's a rubber ball. It has spikes on it. And it's something, occasionally I'll have foot cramps, foot pain if I've been on my feet for
Hmm.
too long, that you can roll under your foot to help massage your arch. And so that is a
Mm.
form of acupressure. You can also I bought, or for Christmas, I put on my Christmas list to get one of those massage guns from, whatever, Amazon, Target, Walmart, but it's a
Hmm.
handheld massage gun that you can really, kind of knead those knots that we get in our neck, our shoulders, our lower back. So I have one
Hmm.
of those. My daughters now are addicted, so they now know the importance of, touch and massage. And mom, I have a headache. Can you come rub? Or we have certain essential oils that help when you rub them into the body. It helps to decrease those areas of tension. So you can do these things yourself, and you can do them, every night. You don't necessarily have to wait for that monthly massage or that every 2-week mani pedi. You can do these things regularly at home.
Okay. That sounds good. Thank you, Doc Swiner. We love hearing about ways that we can take care of ourselves, release some of that tension, anxiety. So hopefully our listeners will make notes and maybe make an appointment to do a little something for themselves, just to help themselves out. A little self-care, right?
You deserve it.
We all deserve it. Thank you, Doc Swiner. How do we follow you and get in touch with you?
I'm at Doc Swiner on almost all social media except Instagram, where I'm at real Doc Swiner. You can shoot me a DM or shoot me an email through my social media pages, and I'll try to get in touch with you as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you so much. Hashtag Self Care Friday with Doc Swiner. We'll talk to you next week.